palms together at the heart. Bow. Place your hands on your knees and gently move the upper body from right to left, then forwards and back, finding your center point. Sit up through your center, spine softly straight. Sit down through your center, rooting into your chair, cushion, floor, rooting into the earth. Place your hands in your lap, fingers overlapping and thumbs lightly touching, forming an oval. Find a spot on the floor several feet in front of you, and with your eyes half open and half closed, gently focus on that spot. Breathe in and out through the nose with the mouth closed. Breathing in, count 1, filling your belly and back with breath. Breathing out, count 2, breathing out the nose again. Continue counting your breaths like this until you reach 10, and then start again. If you lose your place, start again. Whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise, simply find your breath and start again. Let them go. Whatever thoughts arise, whatever sensations persist, sit like a boulder in a rushing stream. The water comes, the water goes. Let your thoughts come, and let your thoughts go. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Take a moment to stretch out. Take a sip of water if you need to, and we'll move on to chanting. I'll share my screen here. Okay, please prepare yourself for chanting. Atadipa. Tisarana. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. 6 paramitas. Dana paramita. May I be generous and helpful. Sila paramita. May I be pure and virtuous. Shanti paramita. May I be patient. May I be able to bear and forbear the wrongs of others. Virya paramita. May I be strenuous, energetic, and persevering. Dhyana paramita. May I practice meditation and attain concentration and oneness to serve all beings. Prajna paramita. May I gain wisdom and be able to give the benefit of my wisdom to others. Shigu Seigan. Shujo Muhen Jigan no Ono Mujin Zegandan Omon Muryo Zeganga Butsuo Muryo Zeganjo. Take a moment to stretch out, take a sip of water, and we'll do our second sip. Okay, take about 15-20 more seconds here. Okay. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Let your hands be at rest as you gently move your upper body from right to left, then forwards and back, finding your center. Sit up through your center, spine softly straight. Sit down through your center, rooting into your chair, cushion, floor, rooting into the earth. Place your hands in your lap, fingers overlapping and thumbs lightly touching, forming an oval. Find your spot on the floor, several feet in front of you, and with your eyes half open and half closed, gently focus on that spot. Breathe in and out through the nose with the mouth closed. Breathing in, count 1, filling your belly and back with breath. Breathing out, count 2, breathing out the nose again. Continue counting your breaths like this until you reach 10, and then start again. If you lose your place, start again. Whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise, Simply find your breath and start again. Let them go. Whatever thoughts arise, whatever sensations persist, sit like a mountain. Rain falls, wind blows, the earth shakes, the mountain remains. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Take a second to stretch or take a sip of water, and we'll do one final bow together. You may stand or sit. Either is fine. Okay. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Please be seated. Please be comfortable. Okay. Thanks so much for sitting with me today, everybody. Always a pleasure. Last week, I feel like we talked about a lot of the profundity and big things and heavy things, big transformations, a lot of really wonderful aliveness in our grief and connection last week. And I was thinking of bringing it down to the foundations a little bit as a check-in, especially as we're moving into the second month of the year. Usually I find in my training that's when things start to plateau a little because I'm so stoked the first month of the year. And then the second month, I'm like, oh, all right, I'm still doing what I did last year. And that starts to settle in. And so I wanted to talk just about two things, the eyes and the breath. When we sit in meditation, uh, or I guess I'll start with every day, right? A lot of the times we have a very focused type of vision, right? We're looking at a lot of screens, a lot of things close up. We're doing a lot of work that, especially now, the past couple of years, involves even more and more screens. And so we're using our foveal vision, our really focused, intense vision, right? Our vision that's meant to do tasks, detail-oriented things right in front of our face. When we're walking around in a field, or when we're taking a long walk, we don't use that same type of vision, right? We're not staring intensely, like laser eyed at things, trying to read. Our eyes get more relaxed, right? We take it in a little more peripheral. We activate our peripheral vision to see our surroundings a little bit more, and our gaze relaxes. And in meditation, we want to use that second type of vision. So when we're looking down at a 45-degree angle at a spot, kind of just randomly picked in front of us, kind of 4 to 6 feet, we're not staring intently at that spot, trying to really like focus on it. We're trying to spread the vision out, using that as a kind of guide point. So if you'll humor me, if you want to try this exercise, if you take both of your pointer fingers and put them right in front of your face, right out here, and then slowly widen them out, bringing them towards your shoulders until they're right kind of in front of your ears. See, I'll turn this way so you can see where they are for me, right? And then let your eyes go downcast. So drop your eyes 45 degrees and see if you can see your two fingers in your peripheral vision. Let your face completely relax. This is the type of vision we want in meditation. Spread out and aware. So you can drop your fingers. If you think back to kind of our ancestors, a lot of more of the day was spent in that type of vision. You're looking through fields, you're trying to be aware of predators or people around you or different things that are far in the distance. And using that focused type of vision actually activates some stress responses in our body, right? It activates anxiety because it's meant for detailed things. We're not meant to sustain that for so long. And so that's one way to access kind of relief in our everyday. I know sometimes I find myself just staring off into the distance, kind of with a hard gaze, and I just relax for a second. And it's a silly reminder to do, but it just brings a nice body relief. So that's one reminder of the relief we have always, and just a check in with our foundations. And then the other check in I wanted to do is with the breath, right? When we're breathing, when we're counting our breaths, um, in a lot of one-on-one sessions lately, with new folks, some people have voiced to me that it's hard to count their breaths because that turns into what they're really focused on, and they are counting really hard in their head. And they're like, I don't know how loud I can be without saying something, but it feels really like 1, 2, 3. I'm like shouting in my head, and that's not quite the point. I don't think. We don't have to really, get the 1 to 10 right every time or get it focused. It's okay if we lose track and just start over, start over, start over. But more than anything, rather than counting our breath as a mental activity, we breathe the count as a kind of psychophysical activity, right? So when you're breathing, let that count really stretch out for your breath. So if you breathe in, 1, out, 2. So just let it settle you when you count. It doesn't have to be something so intellectual. We're trying to embody our breath. We're trying to find ways in. And so that's just a way in to our body and our breath. I think a lot of the times there are so many things we can think about doing right or wrong or this way or that way, but really the simple, calm, pared down way, at least for this practice, is what we're looking for, because we're looking to just release into being here, into just being with ourselves completely, without the distractions, without everything else, and seeing what that feels like, where that takes us, what comes up in our body, and what we're faced with in that kind of breath, in that kind of embodiment. So that's my talk for today. Thank you so much.